We're back, everybody.
With more stuff.
With more manager's residence.
I was going to say Mandernager.
No. Supervisor Mandernager.
Oh.
How do you do, Thor students? I haven't seen you in a while, Mr. Gallert. Are you well? I'm not too bad, thank you for coming all this way. Your students have told me that you've been going through a lot. I've certainly experienced some setbacks, but I assure you I'm completely fine, even if I do look different now. Instructor Reen has been very lucky indeed, escaping unharmed. We were watching over him to make sure he does not find himself in trouble again. Yeah, it's totally Instructor Reen's fault that we're doing this. Indeed, but you won't be bored when it's my turn. Isn't that right? Come on, you guys. So you've got a bunch of students watching you like hawks so you don't hurt yourself, huh? Jokes aside, I'm glad you surround yourself with such sincere friends. It's been ages since I had a good laugh. Oh man, I'm feeling more embarrassed by the minute. Anyway, a lot's happened in Parm, hasn't it? You mentioned there was something you wanted our help with? Ah, right, I'd nearly forgotten about that. You see, something suspicious has been going on in Parm lately. We've had to comply with military requisitions a few times, which, of course, is understandable. But besides that, we've also been called upon to donate for a subsidy fund. Yes, you mentioned that in the letter. It's a charity fund for struggling families of conscripts, right? Yes, that's right. It's mostly for the area around the capital. If the only worker in a household is drafted, the family's income disappears, right? Which is dumb, because the military should be... Military is a career, so they should absolutely be paying the families. There are remunerations from the military, but it isn't a lot. Additionally, it isn't delivered immediately. Here in the countryside, we help each other out, sharing our homegrown crops and such, but city people can't do without Mira. So this fund has been established to help them make ends meet, pay their rents, feed their children. I see, so it's a social security program funded by charitable donations. Yes, exactly. We're not rich by any definition, but if those city families are to starve without our help, then of course we donate what we can. Then one day I was talking with my friend from the capital. Even though this was such a high-profile program, he had apparently never heard of it. Maybe he just didn't hear about it somehow? It's possible. Heimdall is a big place, so maybe the subsidy program hadn't been publicized where he lived yet. But it still set off alarms in my mind. There's no hurry, but if you could look into this for me, it would put my mind at ease. Instructor Reen, it does seem fishy. I think you may be onto something. We'll ask around and go find out what's going on. Thank you. It'll help a lot. Everyone in town is aware of the subsidy program. I don't want to unsettle anyone by asking questions. If you could look into this for me, I'd be grateful. Sure, no problem. Let's begin our investigation. 10-1 says the army's just fucking draining people dry for just because.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Because this is Osborne we're talking about.
Yep. Fucking. Do not like him.
He's the villain. I'd be surprised if he did. Instructor Reen, I'm so glad you're alright. It's good to see you. We heard what happened. Though I can hardly believe my ears. Are you sure you're alright? You might not think it looking at the new hair color, but I promise I'm perfectly fine. Louisa, thank you for taking such good care of my students. It was a pleasure having them around. It reminded us of our time with Mint. We're always happy to help a friend in need, especially when we can put the people we're taking care of to work. They've been such a wonderful help. It was nothing, really, just sorting sales slips and things like that. They've been very kind to me and Kyrie. Alright, Kyrie's in Parm too. Yes, he showed up just as Pablo was leaving. Did you come to ask about those subsidy donations? Exactly. I take it you're familiar with them, Tatiana? Someone distributed flyers around town asking people to donate to this subsidy fund for soldiers' families. Lots of people are chipping in, Jerome included. I'd have to be heartless not to sympathize with the families left behind. Adios knows how long it'll be till those kids see their dads again. It's hard on them emotionally and hurts their family finances too. We don't have much to offer, but every little bit helps, right? I see. Has anyone from out of town said anything about this subsidy to you? From outside Parm? Well, come to think of it, merchants from St. Arc didn't know anything about it. But the freight company employees did. That's right, they were that new company we've been using. Kleist & Co. people must know what's going on in the capital more than us anyhow. Oh. Kleist & Co. is the bad people. So if it's not only Parm residents who have heard about all this, I'm a little surprised that Kleist & Co. is doing business here, though. Thank you very much for your help. I hope my students won't give you trouble. They're nice to have around. Don't be strangers. Come see us again. And do let me know if you need help with anything. All right. Let's get our info from Sheila. Might be a good chance to ask about the subsidy program. Excuse me, do you have a moment? Reen asked about the subsidy program for the families of new recruits. Of course I know about it. You can't help but pity them, can you? Having family members drafted and ending up in need of Mira on top of all that? Not to say we're well off, but we're still working and we have enough to eat. I asked my husband if he thought we could make a donation and he told me to do as I pleased. He even brought his mother's septium heirloom for me. An heirloom made of septium. That sounds quite valuable. The people raising funds for subsidies asked us to donate antiques or any precious goods made from septium. That's...
Well...
Yeah.
That's sus.
That's sus.
That's sus.
That's fuck sus. Either that or works of art and musical instruments would also do.
Mm-hmm.
You can't eat a violin. In other words, items that can easily be cashed in for a good price. Do you know when the donation collectors will be in town? Today, I reckon. Take a look at the flyers we just got this morning. Extend a helping hand to compatriots in need. Will do. Thank you. You've been very helpful.
Sus.
Mm-hmm. Hey, soldier boy. There seems to be a link between conscriptions and military subsidies. Won't hurt to ask if they know anything. Reen asked about subsidies for the families of new recruits. Subsidies? Can't say I know anything about it. All we do is look after the collected goods and keep order in town. I see. Got a strange message the other day, though. It told us not to interfere with non-military groups carrying out their own collections. Also sus.
Also sus. Like, what?
What could that be about? Is that all? You'd better get going then. You seem to be tourists, but as you can see, the country's in a difficult spot right now. It does not seem like we will find any more information here. Something's really fishy, though. Parm's residents just accept the collections, believing they'll be used as subsidies for the soldiers' families. But if that were the case, why is the military turning up their noses at items that aren't of particularly high value? I see what you mean. They are collecting antiques, works of art, finely crafted products, and musical instruments. Right, most people can't tell how much an instrument, for example, would be worth. Yeah, you've got a point. Second-hand dealers in St. Ark might be able to appraise them. But the traders of St. Ark haven't heard of the military subsidies. And why would they choose Parm instead of St. Ark to collect from? There's something suspicious going on here. Come to think of it, there were a lot of shady dealings during the Civil War, too. If we could only check it out for ourselves. Well, now's our chance. Instructor, look at that. The sussiest. Is that what I think it is? Yes, the sus truck. Follow that sus. Too late. We can still catch up if we hurry. Come on, everyone, after them. Right. Valimar, heed my call. Let's go beat some ass. Acknowledged. Hey, Valimar, you can talk again. I mean, Venusaur. I love that fucking skit so much.
I know.
I take it you haven't seen one yet. That's a Gargantua-class warship. I suspect that's the Imperial Air Force's 2nd Regiment on its southeastern patrol route.
Like, I know we gotta help the sus truck, but let the Rhinociders get him.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, get away from me! That's... monsters, what are they doing this close to town? Actually, we can figure that out later. Everybody get ready. Right.
This one's strong. Be careful!
It's my turn! It's my turn! There! It's my turn! Let's get him!
An opening!
Oh, did we win?
We're the sussiest. From West Sussex. Phew, I thought I was a goner for sure. Thank you all so much. I owe you my life. It was the least we could do. Would you mind if we asked you some questions? See, I don't think the driver's in on it. Yeah, buses constantly get attacked by monsters. It's fine, though. We have some concerns regarding the subsidy fund you've assisted with. We appreciate your cooperation. How do you... Wow, that was spectacular. Kleist. Thanks to you, none of my goods got damaged. Not even the rare stuff. Thor students sure are the real deal. What the fuck are you? It's you. Oh, this... Oh my god, it's this asshole again. This is the guy who threw out all the rumors for Ferris's shop and did the underhanded business stuff.
Yeah.
After Kleist gave him a second chance. Oh, aren't you that Kleist Mall representative we met in Ordis? Sales manager Wads, right? I remember now. You were the one convicted for that arson attack and later punished by Hugo Kleist. Well, yes, but no use in digging up the past, right? Something here doesn't feel right. Can you tell us why you were driving that truck in the first place? What do you mean why? It's my job. Kleist & Co. are branching out into the rare metal and fine art industries. Industries? So the cargo you got from Parm was... That's right, it's all part of our plan for long-term growth. I can't believe one little excuse was enough to get me so many fine products. And basically for free, too. 100% profit, here I come. You're insane. That's going too far. We cannot let this slide. Mr. Sales Manager, should you really be telling them all this? No need to worry. Even if they were to tip anyone off, it'll never come back to bite me. That's true. The Heimdall military police were told not to interfere. He must have some kind of connection in the military. My failures are a thing of the past. It's all smooth sailing from here. Though the ones out in the field are the only ones in the know. It's enough to keep this operation running smoothly. Thanks for all your help, kids. I saw my whole career flash before my eyes. I thought it was over for sure. Same thing happened 2 months ago. It feels like we still got unfinished business between us, though. How about we all meet up in the Imperial Defense Force and discuss it together?
How about we don't? How about I beat you here now, old man?
I never thought he'd go this far. This man is impossible.
That's quite enough.
Hey, your boss, CEO Hugo Kleist, found you again, motherfucker. Found you again. You suck so much, Wads. Hugo? Wads, didn't you get my message? Per the agreement between the government and the noble faction, we have no choice but to leave them be. Don't do anything you might regret later. Oh, that's right. Friggin'. We're actually, like, according to the agreement from, like, a bajillion episodes ago, we're untouchable by Kleist. And Kleist's goons. Sorry, sir. You know me. I'm just trying to keep the business running. Ah, yes. About the new industries we discussed before. Due to concerns about their growth potential and sustainability, not to mention ethics, they've been suspended, effective immediately. From what I've heard, you've acted without my approval. Rest assured, I'll be launching a full investigation into the matter. Another one? Where am I going to find another business plan as profitable as this one? Maybe behind some bars? I just don't understand why anyone would want to give that up. Oh, unless... Was it too brilliant? Did the others get jealous that they didn't think of it first? Well, I guess that's the price of genius. If you'll excuse me, I'd better be on my way. They can investigate me all they want. Just so long as they don't forget I'm the one who's driving the whole company's earnings. Adieu, until we meet again. Oh my god, I want to destroy him. Wads drove away towards St. Arc with a big smile on his face.
Wait. He got to... Okay. I was about to get mad.
What happened to Mr. Wads? He's been with the company since the beginning, and you always had so much trust in him. The speed at which he left only points further to his guilt. At the very least, we were able to expose his unethical business practices. Yeah, and that he was acting without Kleist & Co.'s consent. I was expecting to see you all the way out here, Hugo. Your company's going through some rough times, huh? Yes, quite the unexpected reunion.
It's good to see you again, Reen.
You don't sound like it's good to see me again, Hugo.
I know
You
he's
seem to be
frowning.
well. Still sticking your nose into other people's business, I see.
You seem to be well. Still trampling everybody underfoot to make your own profit, you selfish bastard. I see. I don't go looking for trouble. It just has a habit of finding me. But since you're here, it'd be a big help if you could tell us what's going on from the government side of things. If you want to negotiate, I hope you're bringing something to the table yourself. I hate having my time wasted. How about having your blood letted? Parma's been compensated for what happened. I assure you there's no problem there. I mean, you better also give them their stuff back in place of compensating them.
Say, like, why? They should be getting their shit back, Hugo.
We don't know. This thing with Wads is no more than a bump in the road. But Hugo, any way you look at it, this is the Great Twilight at work. Even if that's true, it's none of your concern. I caused the Great Twilight. Besides, Reen, I don't think you're in any position to lecture others about taking care of themselves. Don't push yourself too hard, old friend. Thanks. Does that mean you really do know what's going on? I'll leave that up to your imagination. Just be careful, okay? And if you run into Becky, give her my regards. She doesn't care about your regards. Don't just stand there, Bills. Get the car started. Or are you planning on making me walk all the way to Parm? Oh, I am sorry, sir. I didn't realize you were planning on handling this personally. We'll prepare for departure at once. Driver, get your truck moving, pronto. Yes, sir. Just as rough with his employees as ever, but he seems different somehow. I wasn't able to detect any change. However, you are more familiar with him, so I will trust your judgment. More importantly, we uncovered the truth behind the subsidy fund. We should head back and report in. Good idea. Let's go. Like, nobody thought to question the susness of fucking not donating any amount of mirror and just donating fancy stuff. Like, I know Parm's out in the sticks, but it's like, how are you guys this dumb? I guess it makes sense. Kurt was born here. So the subsidy fund was a scam. Yeah, it seems that it was the work of some employees from Kleist & Co. The problem is, with the government backing them, it'll be tricky to make our findings public. Oh, don't worry about that. I've received an official apology from Managing Director Hugo himself, as well as compensation for all of this. Unfortunately, most of the collected goods have already been sold and can't be recovered. So the compensation is fucking worthless then. Family heirlooms, priceless works of art that can't ever be gotten back from... Yeah, so it's worthless. That's quite awful. Some people donated family heirlooms and other sentimental items. I just said that, Altina. Thank you for your concern, but really, we'll be just fine. Thanks to you, the scheme has been stopped, at least. You've done sterling work. I'll speak with the townsfolk and explain the situation. Thank you so much for uncovering the truth. There are still other cases of injustice and abuse of goodwill in Parm, I'm sure. But that's one less. Mr. Gallert. Anyway, it's time for me to get back to work. Thank you for your time. I know how busy you are. I'm afraid there isn't much I can do for you, but I wish you the best of your endeavors. Thank you. It's definitely time for a break. Your encouragement is appreciated. So...
Son of a biatch.
So, like...
Nothing happened there. Like, we saved one truck, but who knows how much crap he was able to get away with before.
Yeah.
Hugo is slow. Hugo's slow.
I don't think it's so much that Hugo being slow. More so, Hugo probably doesn't care as much.
You could be right. It wasn't until it was getting to the point where he's like, oh, this might actually make me look bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Son of a...
Mm-hmm. Again, he wasn't always like that. Like, in the first and second games, he was relatively laid back and cool, but now that he actually has the stuff, man, he's a dick. Having returned to the Merkaba, Reen and the others gathered together on the bridge. They then discussed the information that had made its way over to the ship. So we've got our lead then. Yes, in the capital of Lemaire province, Ordis, we received word about an ongoing house arrest taking place there. According to this report, the two in custody consist of a special VIP and a faculty member from Thors. Ordis, I should have known. Muse, you're Your hometown. It feels like it was just yesterday we were there for our field exercises. Special ops missions. Yuna, you didn't go on field exercises. In fact, I really don't know why she called them field exercises. Class 7 in Thor's Branch campus did special ops missions. They never had field exercises. Though it turned into a pretty tedious slog, no thanks to a certain snotty aristocrat. Oh yeah. Marquis Ballad. Ah yes, Marquis Ballad. I literally just said those 4 words. In that exact order. Fucking damn you, Kurt. I don't want to be Kurt.
You're trying to be Reen, but you're actually Kurt.
I'm trying. I'm not trying to fucking be Reen. I'm trying to be Ash over here.
You're clearly Kurt. Sorry.
Though he's no longer the interim supervisor, there is light of his latest blunder. From what I hear, the person currently overseeing the city is Carl Regnitz, my dad, who looks exactly like Wads. Given his
he does. What?
Given his position, I mean, they're just old men with glasses and like bad hair, and a fucking fine suit. Given his position and that of those involved, there's no way he wouldn't know about this house arrest business. No doubt in my mind, he's got something to do with it, one way or another. Machias. So it's hard to imagine such a lofty individual. Though it's hard to imagine such a lofty individual acting on his own volition. We don't even know for sure who their captors are, but even so, yeah, we've got more than enough reason to intervene. To intervene, huh? Our next destination is decided then. They've got someone important to us over there. We'll make our first move by getting them back. That includes reuniting you with Governor Regnitz again. My dad sucks. I'll pass.
No.
Thanks, Reen, and don't worry, I'm ready for this. Oh my God, is it gonna?
Are you Machias?
I feel like it's gonna force Machias into my party for this operation. Oh, it is. Okay. It's my duty as an inspector to assess my dad's authority and hold him accountable. If it's the port city you're heading to, I should be able to be of some help. I got a few ties to that place thanks to Ordine and Cayenne. I would like to see the situation there myself. I am one of its local noblewomen, after all. I'm tagging along too. My own hometown's future depends on it. Seems our infiltration team's shaping up nicely with you guys at the center. All that's left is to make sure we're 100% prepared. Well, you guys sure settled that quickly. That's just the Class 7 way. Well, that obviously doesn't apply to me. Nevertheless, I'll deign to go along and provide any help you might need. We'll be sure to take you up on that. I'll start planning out an infiltration route and H-hour right away. What? I'll start planning out an infiltration route and H-hour right away. And hour right away? What? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that trying to say?
And H-hour? An infiltration route and H-hour. That, I mean, I don't
duh. It's fucking H-hour would be the fucking deadline of when we're going to infiltrate.
Oh.
I don't know why the letter H, I don't know what the letter H stands for, but it's got to stand, the H-hour has to stand for when they're going to infiltrate. So he's going to plan out the route and when we're going to infiltrate.
Yeah.
Okay. If anyone has anything left to do, now is the time to take care of it. Roger that. Speak to Rosina and the captain's chair and select commence infiltration. Proceed with the main story. Please note that once you do, unfinished quests will disappear. Goodbye. Unfinished quests go bye-bye. Unfinished quests go bye-bye.
Here to make a report? Please proceed. Let's restore it good as new. Here's a small token of our appreciation.
Appreciation.
Great work, everyone. Best of luck on your next endeavors.
My Unity grade sucks. But, like, I feel like I've done everything to unite everybody. Like, I wanted to go to the lounge because I want to spend this last bonding point. Because it's forcing me to hang out with Altina. Sure, Altina, what can I do for you? Well, it's a fairly important matter, actually. It has to do with a certain account you created before.
Access complete. I will bring up the image.
Wait, that's My hometown, Ymir, the hot springs paradise. I haven't been back there in a while, but it looks just the same as it did when I left. It would seem this image was captured only a few days ago. It has avoided any major disturbances since its designation as a non-intervention zone, though it's still kept under close surveillance by the IDF. I can, however, confirm the safety of Baron Schwarzer and his wife. I see. That's great to hear. I do have to ask about our direct access to the Intelligence Division's database from here, though. Is there any way we might get caught? There is no need to worry. The encryption technology on this ship appears to be quite advanced. As my own account was locked, I couldn't use it to log in. Luckily, I was able to reuse an old temporary account instead, the one we had you make 2 years ago. I'm no expert on the subject, but I'd say the Intelligence Division missed out on one brilliant agent. Thanks, Altina. I'd already come to terms with being unable to return home, given the security measures they've set up out east. Seeing how things are going over there, even a little, means the world to me. I can't thank you enough, Altina. There is no need to thank me, Instructor. After all, I wasn't able to obtain the information that you most wanted to see. My lovely Elise. She was in Heimdall during the Great Twilight, and her not being in Ymir does worry me. But I felt the connection with her while I was in the workshop. I'll see her again for sure. I just know it. I understand, Instructor. I will do everything in my power to help make that happen. For you, for all of Class 7, and for her especially. Thanks, Altina. But I also don't want you to push yourself too. Ah, it seems the document listing has just been updated. Wait, what's this one? Ymir Specialty Goods Purchase Report. The Imperial Defense Force handles this sort of thing? It's most likely a code of some sort, as in common military cryptography. If I remember the algorithm correctly, the solution is to... Altina? Ah, allow me to decipher this for you. It may take a bit of time, however. I will let you know if I discover any more information about Ymir. Oh, okay. I appreciate it, Altina. Oh, hey, Black Records 4. I guess we're going to end the episode by reading this. The Magic Knights, year 527. 150 years after the recapture of the capital by Emperor Hector, powerful families rose across the empire as the nation began to establish itself once more. Its various regions gradually condensed into a handful of provinces. The families in power were recognized by the emperor and became overseers of their respective provinces. The nobility. Before long, however, they began quarreling over territory, sparking a great many skirmishes between them in the process. During this time, great knights akin to Emperor Hector's Vermilion Knight appeared all across the land, and were quickly thrust into the center of these conflicts. The Azure, Palatinate, Ashen, Argent, and Auric Knights were seized by various noble families, granting them overwhelming power and the ability to decide the outcome of battles. Those without the Great Knight's power saw them as bringers of ruin, and before long, certain groups began devoting all their resources to finding a way to combat these unstoppable threats. Thus gave rise to a new creation of Erebonia's mages, golems created by powerful spells, the Magic Knights. Like many other groups of the era, the mages were obsessed with the glory of the ancient Ymirians, and devoted themselves wholly to recreating it. Their obsession was funded by an influx of mirror from lesser noble families and assistance from a certain faction. Under their supervision, a slew of Magic Knights was created, all for the sake of combating the unstoppable power of the Great Knights. However, the Magic Knights were not without flaws. Perhaps their greatest failing is that they were unable to be operated unless they could draw power from an active spirit gains. They became a successful countermeasure against the Great Knights, nonetheless, as spirit banes were always disrupted wherever a Great Knight made an appearance. In the year 527, the first golem that could be considered the prototype for the Magic Knights was created in the workshop of a mage serving a formerly powerful, but now long forgotten noble family to the north. At a height of 5 ards, this headless golem known as Olgadia became a remnant of the mage's trial and error in developing the other models of Magic Knights. Ooh la la. Alright, next episode we're going to begin the mission and go rescue people.
Yeah, rescue.
Yeah, people.